silver and gold. Before my poor darling suffered, oh, that ship would be anchored and sold.
I'm really excited about this. I was like walking in through with Jeff last night, and I was reading it again this morning. I went and bought a new sweater. Hello. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started shortly, so if you will please take your seats, I will be right back with you.
Now if I had wings like an angel, over these prison walls I'd fly, and I'd fly into the arms of my darling, and there I would be willing to die. But I'll be carried to a new jailhouse tomorrow.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today. Ray, thank you very much. My name is Cynthia Giles, and I am inviting you here today, or welcoming you here today to our very first Chamber Luncheon of 2022. I am this year's board chair, and I welcome all of you. Thank you for being here. I would like to thank Shelley for having a wonderful year last year. I have very big shoes to fill. And I would like to thank our sponsors today, Providence Home, as well as Little House of Pizza and Small Catering, LLC. And I would like to introduce to you all my successor for next year, as well as the person who will be doing our invocation and the pledge, Roger Johansen.
Would you please stand? Let's pray together. Father, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for this community. And we ask, Father, your blessing upon each and every one that is here, upon this fellowship and upon this food. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go Dogs. Sorry, Bobby. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I haven't been up here in forever. I haven't seen you, most of you folks, or a lot of you folks, in forever, but welcome to 2022. So far, this year has turned out to be pretty fantastic in the first 2 weeks of the year for the Chamber, so it's nice to see everybody. I hope that everyone had a very, very restful holiday season, and that the New Year's working out for you guys as well. We have some folks to recognize, and I forgot to write everybody down, so I hope that I don't miss anybody. But first off, we have Chief Bobby Dale over here from the Irmo Police Department. Welcome, always glad to have you. Assistant Chief John Hendricks, thanks for being here. Sergeant Trent Williams, who will be way more involved with us moving forward. Glad to have you. We've got our Fire Marshal over here, Brian Haley. Thanks for being with us today. I believe I saw Dr. Ross here. There you are, Dr. Ross. Akil Ross from School District 5. Congratulations on your recent announcement. Yep, glad to have you here. And then, did I miss anybody? Jackson from Congressman Wilson's office. We sure do appreciate you being here. It's always good to see you. All right, did I miss anybody? I hope not. I don't think we have any council folks here today. Okay, so one other thing I did want to mention, we had some changes over the holidays. You know, we just started a new board year, so we have some new board members to announce. If all of my board would please stand and be recognized. We have, of course, Cynthia will lead us this year. Roger Johansen is our chair-elect, so he will be chair in 2023. And we've invited David Caffitz. He will be serving on our board for this year with Exit Palmetto Real Estate, along with Rebecca Hines, who is a trustee for School District 5. And we had one other, Billy Chastain, Dominion. Y'all remember Billy. He spoke at, for the November Luncheon, so he will be with us for 2022 as well. I'm incredibly excited because we have a lot to accomplish this year, and I have 20 amazing people there with me. So thanks for what you guys do. And one person I forgot to recognize a few minutes ago because he's hiding back there, Chuck Larson, the very first president of the chamber, Chuck Larson. Always good to see Chuck. And then, of course, my diplomats. We had our first diplomat meeting of the year yesterday, and it was fantastic. I'm very, very excited with this group that we have. So my diplomats, if you will please stand and be recognized. These are my workhorses. I just appreciate y'all so much. I'm very, very lucky. Okay, Kim, your wireless, will you get the wireless mic? Okay, if you are new to the chamber, if this is your first time that you have joined us at a chamber luncheon, please stand. If you are a new partner since the November luncheon, if you have joined this chamber since the November luncheon, if you will please stand. And Kim's gonna come around. I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do. You can do it, Angela. You got it.
Is it on? Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Angela Raleigh with Serenity Therapeutic Massage. I've actually been here, started in 2016. Cynthia has been, Cutthroat Marketing has helped me a lot in my business, and we have something brand new that we are setting forth in Columbia area called a red light therapy bed. I did a lot of research because of coronavirus and a lot of autoimmune deficiencies that we have, and also weight loss, which is something I have a struggle with. And we just started it in November, and I've already lost 17 inches myself. I have no neuropathy pain, and because I am a massage therapist, I am certified in lymphatic drainage, post-lymphatic drainage, post-surgical, and what got me down this road of red light therapy had to do with liposuction. So here we go, and we got a new start, and I'm back.
All right, welcome back, Angela.
I'm Carl McClure with Exit Palmetto Real Estate Services, and would like to thank everyone for the opportunity of being here. Thank you.
Glad to have y'all.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Brett Groller with DigitWorks Media. I'm a professional coach. I help professionals create and execute and implement success strategies to get the best out of them. So if you're interested in talking and you haven't had a chance to talk with a coach, I'm here. Thanks.
Welcome.
I'm Gary Runkle. I own Alpha Team Tech Solutions. We do data cabling, fiber optics, security cameras. In the very, very near future, we will be certified for burglar alarm, fire alarms, and access control as well. We are a SDVOSB, so yes, that means I am a service-disabled veteran. So if you need any of our services, feel free to give us a shout.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Marie Ryan. I'm from the Friars Gate Skate Park Committee, where the Dutch Fork tennis centers were in Friars Gate. We're going to renovate that and put a skate park and a dog park and a community garden. I've also kind of teamed up with an after-school program up the street to provide an outdoor recreational activity. They do focus on academics. We've donated 30 boards so far with skateboards and helmets and pads, and we had lunch donated from one of the local businesses, and Vans Shoes is going to be coming out to donate shoes for all the kids. So this skate park is going to bring in tourism. It's going to give kids something to do that they don't have to rely on their parents to take them to and from practice. Every kid in the community that wants a board will be able to get a board. So look forward to our partnership with you guys and with the rest of the community to help make this happen. Thank you.
Thanks, Marie. Y'all, Marie is such a hard-working gal. She does that as a volunteer and has done all of the work to try to get this skate park put together. So this is going to be a great thing for our community, for our children, and anything that can positively attract folks to Irmo. We're all for. So Marie, thank you for all the work you've done. I'm really excited to see what happens with the skate park. Okay, I just wanted to name a few more people that, we've had a whole lot of people, 23 people since the last luncheon have joined. So we've got Paul Properties Real Estate. We had our first ribbon cutting of the year last Monday at Jitsu Academy. On January 25th, we will have our next ribbon cutting at Carolina Keto Cakes. For those of you who are doing the keto thing or you have food allergies, you need to meet these people because their stuff is delicious. We have Merce Strategic and Franklin Defense. I don't know if you guys have seen the new place that's going over by Loveland Coffee, but it's going to be an active shooting simulator. The whole place, you can go in and simulate shooting guns and going through different escape rooms and all kinds of tactical training. It's going to be an incredible attraction for Irmo, so it too will bring people into town. ProLift Garage Doors of Lake Murray. He has become quite the coffee talker, so that's good. Senior Resource Services, Sarah's Rockin' Kitchen. You can find her over at Bart's Coffee up in Chapin. We just heard from DigitWorks Media. The Rug Gallery of Lexington. If y'all haven't met Harry, he's opened up over on this side. U Burrito, which is in the old Salsaritas over on Bower Parkway. Of course, we'll talk about y'all in just a second. Sarah Maley Coaching, Elfert Family Farms, J Cheek Photography, and right here across the street, ProFit 45. So those are our newest partners. Please give all of them a round of applause. And before we get to our caterers, because you guys look like y'all are enjoying that food a lot, I wanted to thank OxyTime, our friend Ray up in the Crow's Nest, Raynet Technologies. Thank you for running our audiovisual. Cutthroat Marketing for doing all of our online promotional stuff, and then Lee Essig, who is our photographer, and she has done an extraordinary job since we started partnering with her. I just could not be more pleased, but if you will notice, on the tables, our brand new 2022 Irmo guide has arrived, and bless your heart, Lee. We included our chamber house, of course, because we spent a ton of money renovating that last year, so I'm going to take pictures of it like for everything and put it on everything. And then, of course, we have our podlings. Y'all remember our podlings, the group of children who went to school at the chamber house during the pandemic. We cannot wait to see what happens with these children because they're all so bright and amazing. But Lee braved a very sweaty steamy August morning to come and photograph those kids before they went back to school this year. So I could not be more pleased. We'll be shipping these off to the welcome centers, all 9 of them. In the state of South Carolina, and then if any of you would like to feature these in your business as well, please let us know. We're happy to give you as many as you need. We just love to get them out to the community. So with that, Chef Tom, do y'all want to come up here and talk to us about your catering business? Yeah, tell us about it.
Hey y'all, I'm Chef Tom. CDO is my wife Jennifer. And we took over the old Primal Gourmet right across the street over here. So we're doing grab-and-go meals. Beginning of the year, we got keto stuff, we got paleo stuff. You can also order custom stuff if you wish. We're doing some like pick sixes. You grab 6 entrees, kind of go with it. We're also doing, obviously, catering out of there. We have an extensive catering menu. If you want something custom, we can work with you. And we also have a pizza trailer. So it's a little house of pizza. That's kind of our start past couple of years. And we just do events and tap houses and stuff like that when people come and they request us. So we're doing a lot out of that unit. And if you have any questions about any maybe needs that you have, especially special like dietary needs or whatever, we can work with you on that. And I hope you all enjoyed your lunch today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you guys joining us. And I met them one Saturday night. They were one of the caterers at the Lexington Amphitheater, and I walked up there to see the Journey. It was a Journey cover band, wasn't it? Who was phenomenal. They were so good. Like, the guy even looked just like Steve Perry, didn't he? Anyway, I walked up there, and they were serving like some of the best pizza I'd ever eaten in my whole life. So that's how these things happen, is that, you know, I invited them to come and visit us, and now we have a partnership with them, and we just appreciate y'all so much. This is I get to eat mine later, but this looks fantastic. Thank you. We appreciate y'all so much. All right, round of applause. Okay, couple of announcements on your tables. The gala. It's all we're going to be talking about until March 4th. So if you're sick of hearing about it, you might as well just go ahead and buy your ticket and come on. We're hoping we can be at full capacity this year in the ballroom. Yes, we don't have to do small tables anymore. So I'm hoping that everybody will come out and support the chamber. As I told the diplomats yesterday, we have two huge events that keep the doors open for this organization. One is the gala, the other is our golf tournament. So I hope that you guys will come out and support this event. We will have an auction. Stay tuned for that. We got some really exciting things. Cindy's helping us with some exciting things for the auction. We'll have casino tables. It's a plated dinner, open bar. We have a DJ, and if y'all went to karaoke last year, yes, we are using John. John will be our DJ this year, so it'll be fantastic. So I hope that you guys will come. We have a block of rooms at the Doubletree, so all of that information is on the website. Please do support the chamber. Come out and enjoy this glamorous evening. It's always a really fun time, and then we're going to give out awards too, so that'll be pretty cool. We've got some new ones this year, so it'll be a really fun time, yeah. And then, where is James Berry? There you are, I saw you. Tomorrow, at the Chamber House, James is doing a seminar, and it's a lunch and learn, so he's going to serve you some lunch, but it is cybersecurity explained in real, everyday talk, right? That's a pretty good way to put it. Yeah, so he's going to talk to you about cybersecurity and help make sure that you're keeping your businesses safe, you know, in that realm, which absolutely escapes me, and I have no idea, so I just depend on folks like him and Cindy and Ray and everybody else to make sure that we keep everything safe. So all that information, it's free. All that information's on the website. Please register in advance. You know, we have limited seating at the Chamber House. All right. School district. Amanda. I'm going to ask Amanda to come up here, and she's going to update you on all that's been happening at Lexington Richland School District 5.
All right. Good to see you. Thank you, Carrie. Happy New Year, everybody. It's so nice to be back with you all again. Our first announcement, Carrie alluded to earlier, at Monday night's board meeting, we had a very exciting vote take place, and they voted to name Dr. Akil Ross permanent superintendent of Lexington Richland District 5. We are all thrilled, and I hope you'll join me in congratulating him. Also exciting, last December, Irmo High School basketball coach, Coach Tim Whipple, achieved his 800th career win. And he's actually added more to that since then. I think he got one last night, too. Coach Whipple is in his 41st year at Irmo High School, and so well respected by his players, his colleagues, other coaches. This 800th win puts him in second place for all-time career wins among South Carolina coaches. So this is a big one, and we're so proud of him. Along the sports theme here, 6 School District 5 football players were selected by a statewide committee of coaches to be a part of this year's Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas team. We had players chosen from each of our high schools, so we are so proud of that and excited about their accomplishments this year. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they were not actually able to play the game, but the coaches still selected the team as a way to honor these players and their accomplishments, so congratulations to them. Ava Grant, a Spring Hill High School student, has been named a Carolina Master Scholar for her successful completion of at least 3 Adventure Series courses. These courses are a summer academic program for gifted students. Through this program, Ava was able to take part in research, explore future careers, and learn from college professors and experts in the different fields. So this was a great accomplishment for Ava, and we're so proud of her. Okay, this is the Dutch Fork High School Samsung Solve team, and they have been selected as a state winner in the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest. Dutch Fork was one of 3 teams statewide to achieve this prestigious honor. Each year, Samsung asks public school students across the nation to develop and build solutions to problems facing their communities. So this is really good. So these students are working to develop an app that will sensor and detect potholes in the road. It's going to send the sensor reading to a GPS thing, and the GPS will send it to the Department of Transportation to let them know.
So y'all better turn off your notifications.
So in addition to this wonderful thing that they're going to do, they are also receiving $6,500 in Samsung products for their team. And they are moving forward to compete in a national competition for a chance to win $100,000 in prizes. So best wishes to them for all of those accomplishments, and we look forward to seeing that app coming out. And then I have a very small audience participation part here. The Irmo High School Hall of Fame is accepting nominations for this year's class. Nominees must be graduates or former faculty and staff of Irmo High School. Alumni must have graduated at least 5 years ago, and staff members must have resigned or retired at least 5 years ago. They're looking for nominees who have made a significant contribution to their community, state, or country in their time after leaving Irmo High School. So if you know anybody that would be a wonderful recipient of this honor, the deadline for nomination is January 21st, and you can find the submission information on our website. So just keep that in mind as you think of folks. And now I am very happy to introduce Dr. Gerald Gary, principal of Dutch Fork High School, and he's going to introduce his Student and Teacher of the Month.
Thank you and good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. Dutch Fork High School Student of the Month is Katherine Mead. Katherine, you would join me up front. She's here with her mother and her grandparents. Katherine is a member of our student government. She's actually student body president at Dutch Fork High School. We have a little over 1,600 students at Dutch Fork High, and she runs the show. Student body president, that means she can either start or stop a riot with one word. So I'm happy she's on my side. I get the opportunity to make the morning announcements every morning with Katherine. We do them together every morning, and every now and then when Dr. Gary has not had his coffee, he's not really there on time, he's not in the mood, and she'll nice and politely, she'll knock on my door and she'll say, "It's time to do it, Dr. Gary." But she has that nice, collective leadership voice that just keeps us rolling at Dutch Fork High. So I'm so proud of her. She is an AP student. She's an honors student. She hopes to attend the University of South Carolina in the fall. And she epitomizes the people that we try to produce at Dutch Fork High School in School District 5. Katherine Mead, Dutch Fork High School. All right, and our teacher of, I'm sorry, take a picture first?
We'll take a picture with everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Our teacher of the month is Jane Miller, if she could come forward at this time. Jane teaches special education at Dutch Fork High School, and she has a heart for children. She is somebody that is patient, she's empathetic, she's sympathetic. She is the person that many of our teachers go to when they have a problem, whether it's personal, whether it's professional, because she has that calm, soothing voice that listens and she relates to everybody. She came to us a few years ago and she decided she wanted to start a knitting club. Well, you call it not knitting, it is knitting.
Yes, but we
Crocheters, I'm sorry. Crocheters, and she said, Dr. Gary, I'm excited about this thing. I'm pretty sure I can get everybody involved. I said, you're not going to get our big boys, our big football. She said, those are the exact ones I'm going to get involved. And I wanted to be supportive. I said, okay. And she had all these big guys wanting to leave the weight room to crochet. To knit. And so she started a few years ago, and after the pandemic started, we kind of did away with our clubs and our extra movement throughout the building. And I had a young man I was talking to one day, and he was having a little bit of trouble, and I said, what can we do to motivate you? I got to get you back on track. He said, can we get that knitting club back? I said, you got to be kidding me. But she is the type of person that connects and gets along with all students. Jane Miller, Dutch Fork High School, Teacher of the Year.
How many Irmo graduates do we have in here? Any? Do we have any Irmo graduates in here? So we have two folks. What year did you graduate? Okay. So y'all are Hall of Fame eligible. I hope to see y'all in there, right? All right. Very proud to support such an amazing school district. You guys, that's pretty impressive if you can get a football player to do all of that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in your future, Katherine. So congratulations to both of you guys. That's really impressive work that you guys are doing. Before I get to our sponsor, Liz, raise your hand. All right, Liz. She works with Irmo Fire. She also works with Cutthroat Marketing. She just does all the things. Irmo Fire Foundation is raising money this year, and they have put together this fantastic calendar. And these are the firefighters of Irmo. And Liz did a lot of the photography in this. So you did all the photography, didn't you? She did all of the photography in this. So very proud of you, yes. So please, if you guys want to have one of these hanging on your wall, or if you want to give it to somebody, or whatever you want to do, they're $20. She's got plenty of them back there. All goes to a good cause. Everything that they raise, all the proceeds go back into Irmo Fire to help those, to help their programs in the community. So please, buy all of the calendars. Okay, good job, girl. I'm really proud of you. Okay. I'm going to introduce Christy first, yes? Okay. Everybody knows Christy. But Christy has become one of my dearest, closest friends since I have been in the chamber. She is an absolute force of nature and has an incredible background in broadcast media. She was one of those girls with the big teased hair who used to wear the high heels out in the middle of the cornfield so that she could get that big breaking story up there and wherever it was, the cold place, in Iowa of all places, right? But she, I know her through the chamber because she also has two businesses that she works with us through that, C3 Christy Cox Comms and Body Check Essentials that she does with her daughter Reagan. She's incredibly passionate about her family. She's incredibly passionate about her community, and she has recently become the development director for Providence Home, and it has been an absolute pleasure. Those of us who have been at Coffee Talk every Tuesday, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch her develop this role. role. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Christy Cox, and she'll bring you through the rest of the program with Providence Home.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. It is so wonderful to be here among friends. I'm just so happy you all came. Thank you, thank you. I just have a couple little housekeeping things. We had these postcards made up before I knew that we were going to be sponsoring the lunch. So we extended the date till January 22nd, if you look at the postcard, so it's not January 8th. And then, as Carrie said, you know that I am very passionate about communications. So I want to know if you guys think we blew it, if you thought we were good, if we need to tweak the presentation. So we do have feedback cards, and if you want to fill that out, that'd be a blessing, but if you don't, that's fine too. So anyway, many of you know my boss, Rob Settle, who's right there passing out some information. I am so blessed to work with him and the men at Providence Home. Great things are happening at our little ministry, but you know what? I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to look at this quick film, and then we'll come back and talk.
I've spent so many years of my life chasing something. In some cases, it was something good. A better job, new opportunities, a fresh start. But really, I was chasing a quick fix. Really from a broken childhood, loneliness, shame, and regret. As a kid, the adults I trusted most taught me that you don't really mend problems. You medicate them. So I lived what I learned.
I never really had any addiction problems. I had a beautiful family, an important job with a great salary, a big house, and fancy cars. I had everything to lose, and one day, I did lose. I lost it all. 3 shocking and totally unexpected deaths in my family left me shattered. Just 27 days after he was diagnosed with cancer, my father passed away. My stepdad died just weeks later, and after that, my best friend committed suicide. And for the first time in my life, I didn't have any answers. So I started drinking. And one thing I learned about addiction is that it doesn't care about your zip code or your bank account. And for someone like me, it creeps in during deep sorrow. And it stole everything. It changed my life forever. I decided I didn't want to live, and I even attempted to commit suicide by driving my car into some trees off the interstate. But I survived, and I'm convinced that God wouldn't let me die.
Like many others, trouble followed me wherever I went. I couldn't shake it. Even after I got help and was sober and felt stable while at Providence Home, I still looked for it. I still looked for trouble. Now, what I found, though, was the staff here at Providence Home, they were recognizing the signs. The signs that I ignored, but they wouldn't. They lovingly confronted me and were wondering if my troubles had anything to do with being abused. Now, at first, I denied it. I didn't want to admit it. But I was forced to finally admit that my rage was connected to years of unspeakable sexual abuse at the hands of my uncle. I was so young, between the ages of 4 and 7. The abuse went on for years. My heavy drug use and anger were symptoms of my trauma suffered at the hands of my uncle. who I never forgave. I carried this heavy load around my entire life, and it impacted everything in my path.
Men come to Providence Home directly from prisons or rehab centers, and sometimes directly from the street. Providence Home is a light in the gap, providing a landing place for men wanting stability and a second chance. The goal is to rebuild men and reunite families through the saving grace of Jesus Christ.
It's about accountability for sure, but more than anything, it's about love. I arrived here homeless, addicted, and hopeless. I remember thinking, I must get right to work, prove I'm valuable. And so they forced me to rest, and that was a gift I now treasure. It was time that God used in amazing ways. I could literally feel myself coming back together as I stayed quiet, ate well, and reflected deeply. All the while, Rob and the team poured into me. At that time, Mike was a resident here too, and he was hosting Bible studies and mentoring us. He was strong and healthy, and I thought, if he made his way back, so can I.
There's a song about being grateful for the broken road. I never thought I'd be on it. God had different plans for me. And looking back, through all the death and despair and bad decisions, I was never alone. God was my GPS. He led me to Providence Home, first to heal and now to help. He's renewing me. He even gave me a new marriage with my college sweetheart. And that's a script only God can write.
At Providence Home, it's not uncommon that men come with a history of sexual trauma and substance abuse. It's why we focus so much on the life-saving grace and forgiveness of Jesus Christ. Because without it, men like me cannot lay aside the anger and rage and shame that comes with trauma.
All those years of chasing ended when I accepted His love for me. I don't need a quick fix because Jesus gave me a perfect one. Today, I have my own car and I continue to live here on campus while I save up for my own place. I have a church home and I'm building strong bonds with my family back home. I have learned how to both seek forgiveness and to forgive. I'm now the assistant office manager at Providence Home. It's gratifying to use my skills here, to be on the front lines, serving men like me who come through our doors. I hope the new guys see in me what I saw in Mike, proof that our yesterdays don't define our tomorrows. That hope is what I chase after these days. But I don't have to run far. That hope lives here at Providence Home.
Providence Home joined this chamber because we want this community to know we're here. I like to say we're the we you don't see. So many folks don't even know that we're there because John can tell you we're in this little self-contained campus. We're really good neighbors, great relationship with law enforcement. So folks don't even know that we're there. And we really want you to know that we're there because we do serve this community. And we also understand that all of you are business people. Your parents and your people of faith. And like Mike said, we know that addiction doesn't care about your bank account or your zip code. And as business people and as parents, you've had to deal with the bottom line. Most of you have dealt with employees that have issues and all the accountability and how do you let someone go into your home with an issue like that? So I know that that's something that you're dealing with. And I also know that stats show us that many of you are dealing with this issue in your family. I think that, Rob, you want to come up, that the stats tell us that about 80% of American families have been impacted by substance abuse. So I'll turn that over right now to my boss, Rob Settle, and a wonderful resident at Providence Home who is just thriving. This is Blake, so they'll tell you their stories.
Yeah, thank you for having us. I have a criminal justice background. I was a police officer for a while. I was a police chief as well, and then I became a pastor, and at one time I was a pastor and a police chief at the same time. So how would you like that, guys? But it was a captive audience, by the way. But anyway, I love what I'm doing. I was at Ben Lippin High School for 12 years as a Bible teacher and an administrator. But this particular job I've been at for 9 years, and it is the best job I have ever had in my life. It's the hardest job in some ways, but it's the best job. To see guys turn around, to see the light click on, to see them get rid of that substance abuse past and to get reconnected with their families and with themselves, it is so rewarding to see that change in their lives. So thank you again for having us. There is a chart, I think we had it up here, maybe not, on the fentanyl. There we go. Fentanyl is crazy. It is astronomical, the rise in fentanyl overdoses. And we had 3 months ago, we had an overdose of fentanyl at Providence home. We found the man lying down in the bathroom, completely unconscious. We were trained in Narcan, and we administered Narcan to him. He came around slightly. We'd already called 911. He did survive. But we found more fentanyl in his room. It's amazing he did not die. Fentanyl is all over the place, and it is causing many deaths. I also passed around some sheets that because of when COVID came in, there is a great increase in alcohol use and drug use. And when COVID goes away, which we hope it will soon, those problems stay with us. Those alcohol and substance abuse issues will remain. And so Providence is trying to be an answer to that. I want to introduce you Blake Spark. Come on, stand up here, Blake. Blake is a resident. He's been a resident with us since June. And Blake lost everything. He lost his wife, he lost his home, he lost his job, and he lost his freedom. He was incarcerated because of substance abuse. And since he's been at Providence home, I'm just so proud of this guy. He has turned his life completely around by his dependence on the Lord Jesus Christ. And Blake works at Professional Tire and Radiator Service on North Main Street. Todd is the owner there. If you've ever been there, Todd is an amazing guy. And he said he's been one of the best tires he's ever had. So Blake, just in a few minutes, tell us what your life's been like since you've been at Providence home.
Thanks, Rob. I mean, it's been a great place to restart, rebuild. All the staff members are more than willing to help. I mean, I had to start at getting a birth certificate, a driver's license, a social security card. The staff there is great to do that. There's chapel 3 times a week, so you start and you build a great foundation for the future. I'm excited about where I'm going. I'm getting ready to graduate the program here in a couple weeks, and I look forward to the future. I mean, Providence Home has been great for me. It's definitely a great stepping stone to get started again.
Blake is too humble, actually, and he's a lot more joyful than what he's maybe kind of scared being up here, but he's nervous, he said. But Blake he's fighting for his kids in the right way. He's hired a lawyer. He's paying for it out of his own pocket. And he's fighting for his children to get back into his life, to be their dad again. His wife died in his arms as an addict. That's how far he's come. And I'm so proud of Blake. Yeah. Real quickly, and I'll turn it back over to Christy. Providence Home, if you don't know, we tried our best to help men holistically, like Blake said. We help them with jobs, we help them with medical, dental, all their identifications that they need, but especially spiritual. That's my heart of hearts, is to preach the gospel, to share the truth, to get them turned around on the foundation of Jesus Christ. Because everything else can be shifty at times. But if you're on the Lord Jesus Christ, that's what real foundation really takes place, and that's what I strive for. So we are very dependent on the community. We're very dependent on churches, individuals, corporations. We receive no money from the federal or state agencies. At one time we did, and then they started to tell us, you can't have required chapels. You can't have zero tolerance for drugs or alcohol. And so it's like we were just enabling them to keep going in that direction. So now we are completely free of that. And I love the government. I love the United States. As I said, I served as a police officer and as a pastor, but I love being free from that tyranny of telling you you have to do this, you can't do that, and so forth. So Christy, go ahead and finish us off here. And by the way, this young lady, and I can say she's younger than me, she has been awesome. And by the way, did you know when she was in Iowa?
I don't know what you're going to say.
As a reporter, she let 12 criminals go from the scene. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew that, but I wanted to tell her that. So.
You all know I drove the bad guys away from the scene. And if you don't know that story, come see me. But anyway, I know you all want to get back to your day, but I can't leave here quickly without just telling you we are having our biggest fundraiser of the year, and it's our very first Providence Home Golf Classic. It'll be held on Monday, April 4th. It's a 10 a.m. shotgun start, and I know that there are golfers in this room. So I left plenty of information on your tables. If you don't play golf, maybe if you could just share it with someone who does. We literally, when $10 comes to the door, we praise God, and he just keeps providing for us. But like Rob said, we don't take any federal or state dollars. So everything we do, you won't see the Providence Home crew flying around in a jet. So anyway, thank you again. Bless you all. And just, when you think of us, just remember the restoration of families. That's really what we're all about. Yes, ma'am. We have plenty of time. Okay. Are y'all up for questions? Yeah. Rob, you want to come up?
I have a question. I have so many questions. Do you have any kind of data that shows what happens when folks leave Providence home? I mean, it is incredibly difficult to go from a structured environment like that back into the world that you used to live in as an addict. What kind of success do you see after they leave Providence?
And that's a great question, and that's something we're improving on at Providence Home in the last couple of years. But as graduates that have gone through our program, they have to meet certain criteria, like Blake's going to graduate at the end of this month, and then we follow up with them. But in the past, I'll be honest with you, very transparent, there has not been that tracking, and I hate that. Occasionally we see people come back and they're successful, but we need to do more. I would say probably overall, my son played baseball in high school and college, and we probably bat overall 300, and you say, that's not very high. You won't get in the Hall of Fame batting 300, just 300. But that's 300 more than what those guys would have had a chance before. So the first time around, we're very successful. The second time, even more successful. We let guys come back in if they relapse after a certain time. They're much more successful if they relapse after the first time. Does that make sense? So when they come back in the program, they're back in the streets and they're desperate once again. But we make them leave. So that's the sting. If they relapse, if they use, and some people say, well, that's not very loving. It is loving, but we care deeply, we hurt, but they come back, and so we're happy to help them. Yes, ma'am, yes. Ben Lippen family, yes. Yes, her children.
Hi, Rob, so good to see you in that position.
Good to see you.
You're so great with the kids, always. My question is the amount of time that these folks are in, and I was listening to Blake, I think he's been in 6 months,
yes.
Right? It seems that after, lifelong situation, that 6 months seems like a short amount of time, and how do you determine when it's time to go so they don't relapse?
it is a guesstimate at most. There are some programs in the state where after 8 months you have to leave, you're done, you're gone. Our men typically say 6 to 12 months, sometimes even longer. If we feel like they're not ready to be pushed out like a mama bird, with the baby bird out of the nest, and sometimes they don't feel like they're ready. So it just depends. Now Blake, he's been at our place since June 1st. That's a little bit longer than 6 months. But even before that, he saw his error in his ways. So he was already on the mend before even coming to Providence home. But yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that was something that was really important to me because, you have these programs where you say you have to get healthy in 4 weeks and leave. And so there's really no set date for when someone leaves. We do have a couple guys that are good, in 6 months, and honestly some that stay a couple years. But the thing is, it is a transition home, and you really want to make them impactful back in their communities. So you don't want them to stay beyond when they should be there, but you definitely don't want to push them out. And you don't want to say you have to be better now. And so that's one of the things that I love most about the program, that it's very, it kind of ministers to each person's heart because every person is different. Yeah.
You mentioned the golf tournament for funding sources and that you don't receive federal state funding. What other things are you looking for from the community? What kind of either donations or anything? How can we help?
We'll take your IRAs.
Actually, I'm going to embarrass Katie a little bit. We have a gentleman who just came into us. He's 6'8". I mean, he's just a giant among men. And we have a pretty great clothing closet, but we had nothing to fit him. And Katie has a giant husband. And so she gave us just this amazing clothes. And he literally called me up and he was almost in tears. And his little words were, I feel like I've gotten a step up, because he had one pair of pants and he's a hard worker, but he had nothing nice and nothing that fit. And he got some really beautiful clothes. So he was very grateful to you. So thank you. But to answer your question, we do get a lot of clothes. Right now we need some coats. But honestly, like I said, we started this 10 by 12 campaign. If 10 people give $10 a month at the end of the 12 months, that's a lot of money for us. And it's a lunch for most people. So that's a huge way you can help, but just supporting and also talking about us, because our heart is, while we need to raise money because we have to keep the lights on. I know this is Rob's heart especially, is that we want people to know we're there. So many people don't know we're there, and so many people have friends that say, I wish I could get him someplace. Well, you can, and you can get him to us.
Yeah. What is the criteria for you to accept someone to come into your program? Because I had an issue with that in my family and trying to get someone to the right place, and then they didn't qualify. What are the qualifications?
Every single person that comes into our program, we have an interview process. We sit down, we try to find out what their situation is. Some guys just want a bed for one night. That doesn't meet our criteria. We want guys that want to get better. We want guys that want to make a difference. Now, I'm a pastor is my background, and Jesus is willing and welcoming to anybody. But once you come to him, he wants you to make him your Lord. And so what we try to do is just welcome people, but know that we're going to teach the Christian principles. Are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to follow? We don't have that many rules there, but are you willing to accept the rules that we do have? Yeah. And by the way, too, we have 60 beds now. 60 beds. We're one of the largest transitional ministries in the Mid-South. But when Bill Cogdell was our board chairman of Cogdell Flooring, and when we built that last dormitory, he said, Rob, do you think we're going to be able to fill 60 beds? I said, Bill, there could be 5 more Providence homes of 60 beds, and they would all be filled. And I'm serious about that. It's that great of a need out there. We stay full. Was there another question? Yes, sir.
Can you accept a donation today?
Yeah. Thank you. Just to follow up on that with you too, like if you're asking, do you need to come in with $500 or anything? You don't. Our men, and there's a frequently asked question sheet that you're welcome to take with you, but our men have to pay $100 a month for a week for rent. But that's 3 meals a day, it's their laundry done, and it's their room. So in real world terms, it's a pittance, but like Rob likes to say, we like to have some skin in the game and make them responsible. But there's no, we're not going to take out a sheet and say you can't come in for these reasons. If we feel like it's a good fit, you're welcomed into the program.
Hey, Christy. Yeah. My church, East Lake, is a big supporter of your ministry. And I'm representing today my company, Castle Brothers Heating and Cooling. I'm also a board member for a sister ministry, Reconciliation Ministries. So I want to offer you guys the same thing that my company offers them. I know it's difficult for these gentlemen to get back into society because, like you said in the video, nobody wants to give them a second chance. Well, my company wants to be that company for your guys. So if you have any guys who are looking for a job, Christy's got my contact information. We want to be that company that helps these guys change their lives.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And that's another good point. Our guys are required to work while they're there. If they're able-bodied, they have to go to work. Anyone else?
All right, so I am new to South Carolina as of like not last February, but the prior February. Where I came from was literally one of the fentanyl capitals of the world. I've actually lost about a friend a day if you open Facebook. Are you guys accepting from other states, or is it just strictly South Carolina?
Yes, obviously because of geographically, people typically don't come from Illinois, but people come from North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Yes, anybody and everybody. We've had a California person, yes.
I'd like to sit down with you and see if maybe we can do some video conferences and get your interview done, and I'll get them here if I have to. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, one other thing, I keep thinking of things too. We are absolutely unabashedly Christ-focused, but we take people of all faiths. So don't think that it's a Christian, they come, they do have to go to chapel, but we had a Muslim gentleman there recently. We have a few Jewish gentlemen there now. So it is definitely unabashedly, unashamedly Christ-focused, but you absolutely do not have to be a Christian to be there.
Thank you for being here today. I did have one more question. I grew up in a very similar situation to a lot of the people that you guys help, and I know firsthand that a lot of people who have trouble with drug addiction have extreme mental health needs. And so I know it was kind of touched on in the video, but to what extreme do you guys provide them with more than just getting clean and actually helping them with, stabilizing their mental health?
I wish we had enough income to have a full-time psychologist and a psychiatrist, that could actually prescribe medication, but we don't. But we do give out to our men to professional counselors. We use First Presbyterian at times. We use First Baptist of Lexington. Joel Bishop is the head counselor there. We use them, and they also refer people to even deeper needs that they're not able to meet. Yes.
Sorry?
What area? It's just 1 mile straight up Main Street from the Capitol. You can see the Capitol from our front sidewalk. Yeah. We're very close. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
I had the privilege of being called to their dedication of their building. Their building is quite beautiful, and it is just a hop, skip from downtown, right there on, I guess it's called North Main Street, yeah. But it was incredibly inspiring to walk into that building and see the environment that you guys have created just to try to make a difference. I think addiction has probably touched the lives of every single person in this room, and if it hasn't, then I don't know that you're being honest with yourself. But thank you for what you guys do. It was an absolute honor to have you guys sponsor this luncheon for us today, and to get this information out. As always, if you need additional information, Christy is available. I have all of her contact information, and I think everything's on the tables as well. I did want to make one more announcement before we close up. Steve, where are you? Are you still here? Did he leave? Did he leave? Okay. Well, he bought the skating rink and he's opening it tomorrow. Steve Ware with Game Changers. For those of you who are familiar with Lexington, the skating rink that's by the Barnyard Flea Market, that my daughter grew up going to all of her skating stuff, he has bought it. And he is renovating it and will be using it as an after-school program for Game Changers. And it opens tomorrow, so he wanted to make sure that I announced that. And yes, gala, I already talked about the gala. Oh yeah, sorry, God. Okay, we need auction items. We'll take anything that you guys feel is valuable, but we met yesterday, and this gal right here is so amazing because I threw this whole thing on her plate, and an hour later she had a solution for me because that's what she does. She solves all the problems. And anyway, we will have an online auction. Our auction will be, we'll have all of the items available for you. It'll all be electronic. I cannot wait to roll this out and show you guys, but we need items. Our deadline. Yeah, booze goes great. Booze sells. So if anybody would like to donate some of that, it's great exposure for your business, but please, we will be soliciting items from you guys. So March the 4th, we need all of our items by February 17th. February 17th is our final when we can, because we've got to get all that stuff photographed. So it's not the last time you're going to hear about the gala. Just get used to it. It'll be fine. Okay, we got 3 giveaways, so get your tickets. And do I have, oh, here's my glasses. Hold on. I can read them. Yeah, will you read these? Because, I just can't. Okay. I've literally become that girl who walks around. You know what I'm talking about. The glasses on top of the head girl where you're sit there and hit your head because you can't find your glasses. That's me. Okay, 886. Guess what you get, Morgan? You get the fire calendar. I expect to see a picture of this hanging in your office at the bank, right behind your desk. Thanks for all you do, Morgan. Y'all, Morgan does so much for this chamber. I tease him a lot, but we could not do anything without him, so. Next up, Chef Jay from the Art of Charcuterie. She has given a snack box, all right? And who is it? What? 903. Oh, you get you some snacky stuff, girl. Come on. You share that with me, okay? I know she'll only eat half of it, yeah. Okay, and then next up, 862? Okay, 862, yeah. We have from Castle Brothers, it's a $189 maintenance agreement, okay? And that is 862. All right, we got Alice back here. Speaking of, if you have not visited Alice and Bruce, please do so before you leave today. Go back to the back if you're between those ages and help them with their research. So we always appreciate it when y'all are here. All right, that's all I got for today. Y'all have a great rest of your month.
Should we pick it up?
Well, when you've had a hard day, nothing's going right.
I thought so too.
Home in the evening, the old gal wants to fight. Just reach in the fridge and grab an ice cold beer. Suddenly your brain will disconnect from your ear. No more screaming kids being a pain in the rear. No, there ain't nothing like an ice cold beer. There ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. Grab yourself a cold one and a bowl of Chex Mix, either on draft or a bottle or a can. You're a serious beer drinking man. There ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. If you're a city boy or you live out in the sticks, it'll get you going or settle you down, make you feel sporty when you're out on the town. And there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. It'll improve your looks and put a song on your lips, make you popular with all the chicks. No, there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. When the grass needs mowing, but the lawnmower's died, the fence needs mending, and the car could use a shine, the kitchen sink's leaking and the toilet's backed up, the garden needs weeding and the yard needs cleaning up. No need to dread, no need to fear, just grab yourself an ice cold beer. 'Cause there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. Grab yourself a cold one and a bowl of Chex Mix, either on draft or a bottle or a can. You're a serious beer drinking man. There ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. It'll improve your looks and put a song on your lips. It'll get you going or settle you down, make you feel sporty when you're out on the town. And there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. It'll improve your looks and put a song on your lips, make you popular with all the chicks. No, there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. No, there ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. Oh, I wish I had someone to love me, someone to call me their own. Oh, I wish I had someone to live with, 'cause I'm tired of living alone. But I'll be carried to the new jailhouse tomorrow, leaving my poor darling all alone, with the cold prison bars all around me, and my head on a pillow of stone. Now if I had wings like an angel, over these prison walls I'd fly, and I'd fly into the arms of my darling, and there I would be willing to die. Oh, please meet me tonight in the moonlight. Please meet me tonight all alone, for I have a sad story to tell you. It's a story that's never been told. Now if I had a ship on the ocean, all mounted with silver and gold, before my poor darling would suffer, oh, that ship would be anchored and sold. I'll be carried to a new jailhouse tomorrow, leaving my poor darling all alone, with the cold prison bars all around me, and my head on a pillow of stone. Jumping at the VA Ford, crank her up and put the pedal to the floor. Let's go bowling and drink some brew, and get crazy like we used to do. I wanna go out and have some fun. I wanna go out and rip and run. At the hip hop club, have a drink or two and really cut up. I can't sit around this house all day. Let's go scooter pooping round and play. I ain't stopping till I see the sun. I'm gonna go out and rip and run. I wanna go out